Hello, dear students. From today, we will discuss unit number 4 of statistical mechanics, and we will take 4 or 5 lectures of this topic. And let us start unit 4 of statistical mechanics. So, first unit is an ideal gas in quantum mechanical microcanonical ensemble. An ideal classical ideal gas in quantum mechanical microcanonical ensemble. So in this unit we would like to drive and discuss the most basic properties of some gaseous systems which are obeying the quantum statistics. We have already discussed about the Bose-Einstein statistics, so in which the systems they have a symmetric wave function having integral spin. So the examples are photons, phonons. We will discuss these examples also in this unit from quantum point of view, and apart from that we will also discuss the Fermi Dirac statistics which is having half integral spin, and the examples are protons and electrons, so which are all are fermions particles. So Bose-Einstein condensation and Fermi-Dirac statistics of Fermi gas, these are the two important articles of this unit, so which we will discuss. Now, starting with this ideal gas in quantum mechanical microcanonical ensemble. So in this, consider a system of n non-interacting n systems which are present in microcanonical ensemble, which are non-interacting and having indistinguishable particles, so which are confined to a volume which present with V, and they are sharing an energy E. So the number of distinct microstates with respect to macrostates, which we generally represent with omega, which are dependent upon these microstates, that is NV and E. Now for a very large volume, since we know that the ensemble it is having very large number of particles, and the energy spectrum it is continuous and it is very large, so number of energies which are very close to each other for each particle. So we divide these energy levels into group of levels, and which are generally called as energy cells. So let us try to represent it in the form of a figure. So let we have ith cell. So this is our first cell. So this is our cell number 1, this is cell number 2, this is cell number 3, so and so, which we have a continuous spectrum of ith cell. Now there are GI number of levels. So for each cell there are GI number of levels, like in first cell there are G1 number of levels which are having Ni number of particles. So similarly for cell 2 it is G2 and representing with N2, and G3 representing with N3. So these all are having different energy, but it is very continuous and very close to each other. So the average energy of these levels it is total represented with capital E. So energy of first cell, that is E1, energy of second cell, that is E2, energy of third cell, that is E3, and so the energy of all these ith cell that is representing with capital energy. So here it is Ny particles which are N1 particles which are present in cell number 1, N2 particles which are present in second cell, similarly N3 number of particles which are present in third cell. So clearly the distribution set of these Ni number of particles, it can be represented with a summation, so that is I, which varies from I to 1 to infinity, and this is equal to capital N. So capital N is total number of particles which are present in the system of this microcanonical ensemble, and we write this in terms of energy, that is a summation of Ni Ei, so that is equal to total energy E. So let us say this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. So here we have considered the assumptions that the Gi number of levels, they are very large as compared to 1. So the most probable state, so that is omega, so we can write, which is dependent upon N, V and E, so that we can represent as the probable distribution. So if Ni is the distribution set, and it is equal to omega of Ni, where omega is the number of distinct microstates which are associated with this distribution set. So this omega of Ni, that we can represent is prime of pi into omega of I, so which I varies from 1 to infinity. So here omega I is the number of distinct microstates, so I will write, so number of distinct microstates with ith cell of spectrum, while the summation, the product, so this is summation, it goes over all the product of the cells in the spectrum. So this omega value, that is the most probable state, so this is different for different type of distribution. For Bose-Einstein distribution, you have studied in your graduation classes, it we generally represent at Ni plus Gi minus 1 factorial over summation of n factorial Gi minus 1 factorial, and similarly for omega for the Bose Fermi Dirac statistics, this we generally represent as Gi factorial over Ni factorial into Gi minus Ni factorial. And similarly for the classical distribution, for the Maxwell distribution, the probability we generally represent as Gi raised to power of Ni over Ni factorial. So these are the three formulas which we have derived very much in detail during our BSc subjects, when we have studied this thermodynamics and statistics in detail. Now in how we can calculate the entropy of this system. So the entropy of this system we can calculate. So once we find out the value of this omega, that is the probability, so the entropy which we can calculate from k log of omega, so omega, that is equivalent to the value of this most probable state. So that is the summation of omega of Ni. So once we find out the value of this omega for a particular distribution, from that we can calculate or we can establish its relation with respect to the thermodynamics. So once we find out the value of this entropy, from that we can find out the various other thermodynamic parameters, so like temperature, pressure, chemical potential. Now here I would like to mention here the value of this entropy, that is the maximum disorder. So it will be available when the value of this Ni, we represent it with the Ni of star. So here this Ni distribution set, so we maximize its value. So it is the distribution set that maximize the number omega I. So this is the distribution set that maximize the number omega of ni. So at the maximized number, we represent this omega of ni into omega of ni star. So the ni star are the most probable value for the distribution number ni for a particular cell. So the maximization, it is carried out under the restriction that the value of this n and e that remains constant, and we generally done it with the Lagrange's undetermined multiplier. So this we have already done when we have solved the partition function of microcanonical, canonical and grand canonical ensemble, and using that method we have calculated the maximized value of this omega I. So what we will do is, so taking the prime value of this log of omega ni and using this distribution set, if I multiply alpha with the summation of ni and beta, that is the Boltzmann constant, so which is indirectly dependent upon the energy value, so curly of ni, and at a maximum value, so this equation goes to 0. So from that we can find out the value of this curly of log omega I. So if we assume that the value of these gi, that is the number of cells, it is very large, and ni, it is also very large, and this makes the value of this log of omega of ni, we can write it log of prime value of omega of I, so that we can write it as summation of log of omega I. So using the Stirling's formula, we know that log of x factorial, that is equal to x log of x minus x, and similarly taking the log of this omega I, log of omega ni, so this is the value which we have calculated, so that is ni log of gi over ni minus of a minus gi over a log of 1 minus ani over gi. Now this is a very important equation, and this equation, it is implicable or applicable for all type of statistics. So let us say this is equation number A. Now here A we have generally considered as a constant value by putting the value of A, so that is equal to -1 for Bose-Einstein condensation case, A is equal to +1, that is for Fermi Dirac statistics, and A is equal to 0 for the classical distribution, that is the Max Boolean distribution. So when we put the value of this A in this equation, and we can derive the same equations which we have used, so we can derive these equations from that particular equation A. So I will not solve all these equations here, we will take only one example. So let us solve the case of Bose-Einstein case, BE statistics. Now the probable distribution of the number of particles in this type of distribution, that we generally represent as ni plus gi minus 1 factorial, ni factorial, gi minus 1 factorial. Since the number ni and gi, it is very large, so here -1 we can omit because it does not affect this large number. So this number we can write down as ni plus gi factorial, because this number is very large, so -1 or +1, it does not add much to its values, so gi minus 1 factorial. Now taking the log of this equation, so let us say this is equation number 3. Taking log of this equation 3, log of omega I, so this becomes log of ni plus gi factorial minus of log ni factorial minus log of gi. So since we can neglect also this minus 1 term because it is very large in number, so we can write it as log of gi factorial. So opening this, so using this Stirling's formula, ni plus gi log of ni plus gi minus ni plus gi minus of ni log of ni plus ni minus gi log of gi plus gi. So we can rewrite this equation. So this equation becomes ni log of gi over ni plus 1 plus gi log of ni over gi plus 1. Now you can see that this equation is the same which we have written in this previous slide when we put the value of a. So if I put the value of a as minus 1 for the BE statistics, we will get the same equation, that is our equation number 4. So similarly you can use this equation for FD and for MB statistics, and you can calculate this generalized equation. So this is the more generalized equation for all types of statistics. So from this, so if we take the curly log of omega I, so if I partial differentiate this equation, curly log of omega of ni, so that is summation of curly ni log of gi over ni minus of a plus ni over gi over ni minus a. So derivative of log, so it comes in the denominator, and curly of ni minus gi over ni square. So similarly the second term gi over a 1 over 1 minus a ni over gi into minus a curly ni over gi. So when we solve this, these two equations, they can be cancelled with each other. So what we left with is curly log of omega of ni, that is equal to summation of curly of ni log of gi over ni minus of a. So this equation, so when we put these values in our this equation number, so let us say this is our equation number 2a. So if we put the value of this curly of ni and summation of ni and beta values in this 2a equation, so we can rewrite this equation as summation of log of gi over ni minus of a minus alpha minus beta into ei curly of ni if I take common, so that is at a maximized value when ni comes out to be ni star. So the derivative for a maximum value, this is equal to 0, and curly ni, that is generally represented as the independent variations. So from this the all the terms, so it will be written as log of gi over ni star minus of a minus alpha minus beta to ei, so that is equal to 0, and from this we can solve that log of gi over ni star minus of a, that is equal to alpha plus beta into ei, and from this ni star it comes out to be gi over exponential of alpha plus beta ei plus of a. So this ni number, that is the distribution of particles for different statistics, we can solve or we can find the number of particle distribution, and this is very important equation, and this represents the most probable number of particles per energy level in the ith cell So once we find out the value of this Ni, and from that, using this equation, we can find out the various thermodynamic parameters, so such as the entropy of the ideal gas. So this we can represent as S over K, that is log of omega Ni, and putting the value of this log of omega Ni, so that we have calculated, so this log of omega Ni value, so that is equal to this one. So this comes out to be summation of Ni star log of Gi over Ni star minus of A minus Gi over A log of 1 minus A Ni star over Gi. So Ni star, this value we have calculated, so Ni star, so that is Gi over exponential of alpha plus beta Ei plus of A. So putting the value of this Ni star in this equation, we can solve this equation for entropy, and we can derive the entropy for a classical ideal gas in this quantum treatment. So this equation comes out to be summation of Ni star, so this log Gi over Ni star minus A, this becomes alpha plus beta into Ei minus Gi over A log of, so if I take the denominator, the upper term in the denominator, so this equation I can write it as beta Ei over exponential alpha plus beta Ei plus of A, and this is for the whole term. So when we solve this, so this is summation of Ni star alpha plus beta Ei minus of Gi over A log of, so when we solve this equation, so this comes out to be 1 plus A exponential of alpha exponential of minus beta Ei raised to power minus of 1, because if I take this term in the denominator of this, and this comes out to be in this form. So further solving this equation, S over K, so this comes out to be alpha summation of Ni star plus beta summation of Ni star into Ei plus 1 over A summation of Gi log of 1 plus A exponential of minus alpha exponential of minus beta Ei. So here I would like to mention that, so this minus sign, so it comes here, so this equation becomes plus, so this is in this form. So further solving for this, summation of Ni, that is capital N, total number of systems in the microcanonical ensemble, plus beta of E plus 1 over A summation of Gi, so that is log of 1 plus A exponential of minus alpha minus beta Ei. So moving these two terms to the left hand side, so S over K minus of alpha n minus of beta E, that is equal to 1 over A summation of Gi log of 1 plus A exponential minus alpha minus beta Ei. Now solving this left hand side equation, so this we can write down as S over K. So alpha, we know alpha is equal to minus mu over kt, and beta, that is equal to 1 over kt. So putting the value of this alpha and beta in this equation, so this comes out to be n mu over kt minus e over kt. So that is taking the denominator as Kt, this comes out to be Ts plus n into mu minus of E. Now this mu into n, that is the Gibbs free energy. So this equation we can write down as G minus of E minus Ts over Kt. So E minus Ts, so I will write it here, n mu minus E minus Ts over Kt. So this A minus E minus Ts, that is the Helmholtz free energy, that is A. So this equation becomes G minus A over Kt. So we know that the Gibbs free energy, that is equal to A plus PV. So putting the value G minus A, so this comes out to be PV. So this equation becomes PV over KT. So putting the value of this left hand side, so this equation becomes PV over KT, that is equal to 1 over A summation of GI log of 1 plus A exponential of minus alpha minus of beta EI. Now solving this equation for three cases. So if I solve for the classical case, so for MB case, so for Maxwell Boltzmann case, the value of A, it comes out to be equal to 0. So this equation becomes, let us say this is equation number B. So taking the limit of A for 0, so if I take the limit of A, so that is summation of GI to A exponential of alpha minus of beta EI. So here I would like to mention that we have used this equation something like that, log of 1 plus x, that is equal to x minus x square over 2 plus x cube over 3, so and so, and that is equal to x. So if x is very small, so x is very small. So this is second term, because it is the exponential term with the negative sign, so this is very small. So we have write down this log of 1 plus x. So if we consider it as a x term, so we can write it in this form, gi a exponential of minus alpha minus beta into y. So solving this equation, so this comes out to be PV over KT, that is summation of GI exponential minus alpha minus of beta EI. So here this A and A, they get cancelled. So what we are left with is this equation. Now this equation is GI. So if I write it as, this comes out to be Ni star, which is equal to capital N. So this equation for this classical ideal gas, when for the MB case, so where we have chosen A is equal to 0, so this comes out to be equal to N. So it satisfies the condition for the classical ideal gas. So PV is equal to NKT. So this is the equation of state for classical ideal gas. So using the quantum treatment, so we can satisfy those same equations if we consider the value of this constant A is equal to 0, and it turns into the classical treatment. So from this we can find out the value of this N. So this PV over KT, so this we have derived from S over k minus n alpha minus of beta into E, that is equal to n. So this S comes out to be n plus n alpha plus beta into E. So for this classical case, if I take this n as constant, n plus n alpha plus b is 1 over kt, and putting the value of this E, that is 3 by 2 n kt. So this comes out to be 5 by 2 n plus this kt and kt get cancelled, 5 by 2 n plus n alpha. So from this, taking n as common, so this equation becomes s over k, that is equal to 5 by 2 n plus n alpha. So if I take n as common, so this comes out to be equal to v exponential of minus alpha over lambda cube. So lambda, so we will derive this relation. So in our next slide, how the value of this n which we have derived, and from that we can find out the value of this alpha. So alpha, that is log of v over n lambda cube, where lambda is the mean thermal wavelength, and from that, putting the value, we can find out this equation, which comes out to be 5 by 2 n plus n of putting the value of alpha in this equation. So this equation comes out to be v over n, and lambda is h square over 2 pi mkt raised to power 3 by 2. So this is the same equation which we have derived in unit number 1, and that is known as the Sackur tetrad equation. So everything which we can derive using this quantum treatment, we can derive also using with this classical treatment. So it satisfies our relation with what we are doing, that is right. So from that, we can establish a statistics for all these three type of statistics. So that is generally represented as the statistics of occupation number. So here we have, in the previous slide, we have derived that Ni over Gi, that is equal to 1 over exponential of alpha plus beta Ei plus A. So the mean occupation number of single particle state with energy E, that is generally written as the expectation value of this number Ne, that we generally represent as 1 over exponential of alpha plus beta E plus A, or putting the value of alpha and beta. So this equation we can write out as exponential of E minus mu over kt plus A, where mu is the chemical potential and E is the total number of these occupation particle. Now if we derive or we draw this expectation value of this number with respect to this energy and chemical potential, so if we take out E minus mu over kt along this axis and the occupation number along this axis, and we can make the correlation among all these three types of statistics. So for BE statistics, so if I take the value of this 0, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So this is the graph which represents this BE statistics, and this is the graph which represents this MB statistics, and this is the graph which represents the FD statistics. So here the value of A which we have chosen, that is equal to -1, that is for the BE statistics. In BE statistics, the value of this mu, that is less than E, or we generally wrote, so it can be equal at a point when mu is equal to E naught. So that case is generally known as the Bose-Einstein condensation case. So that is generally known as BE condensation. So how a one phase it transit to another phase, so this we will drive when we will solve this expression for the BE condensation in our next class. So second is when we take A that is equal to 0, that is the classical case MB statistics. So in this MB case we have considered mu, that is it can be equal to 0. So this occupation number NB, it can be equal to 0 or it can be equal to 1. And third is +1, that is for the Fermi Dirac statistics. So in this case the value of this chemical potential, it is greater than E, or you can say that this occupation number Ne, so it is having a less or equal value equal to 1. So these are the three cases, so which we can drive a correlation among all these three type of statistics, and that we generally represent it as the statistics of occupation number. And from this we can find out the value of this N. How we can find out the value of N, which we have used in our previous slide. So this value, how we can find out, so let us try to drive this N value. So finding of N. Now we know that N is equal to summation of Gi exponential of minus alpha minus beta Ei. Now we have a very large volume. When V approaches infinity, so this is summation, it turns into an integration. So we can write down this N in terms of integration as Ge exponential of minus alpha minus of Be into De. So this same we can write down in terms of momentum. So if we use this approach, GE into GP dP, that is writing the number in terms of momentum. So this N we can write down as GP exponential of minus alpha, putting the value of this E. So E is P square over 2m from this kinetic energy into dP. Now Gp into dP, so it has a value of 4 pi V over h cube P square into dP. So putting the value of this Gp dP in this equation, our equation comes out to be exponential of alpha. So it is a constant term. So this we can take it outside, 4 pi V over h cube P square exponential of minus beta P square over 2m into dP. So this equation becomes 4 pi V over h cube, again taken outside, exponential of minus alpha P square exponential of beta P square over 2m into dP. Now this integration we can solve using the standard integration method. So using x raised to power n exponential of ax square into dx, so that is equal to 1 by 2 of gamma function n plus 1 by 2 over a raised to power n plus 1 by 2. So here in our equation you can see that the value of this n, that is equal to 2, value of x is p, and value of a, that is beta over 2m. So our n value, we can write it using this integration 4 pi v over h cube exponential of minus alpha into 1 by 2 into gamma of n is 2. So this becomes gamma of 3 by 2 into beta over 2 pi raised to power 3 by 2. So this equation we can write down as, so gamma 3 by 2 is under root pi by 2. So this equation becomes 4 pi v exponential of minus alpha over x cube into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 under root of pi. So beta over 2m, so beta is 1 over kt. So if I put the value of beta also, so this 1 over 2 mkt raised to power 3 by 2, so this goes in the upper side, 2 mkt raised to power 3 by 2. So this comes out to be equal to exponential of minus alpha into v under root of 2 pi mkt over h raised to power 3. So this h over under root of 2 pi mkt, that is generally represented as the lambda value. So this lambda, that is equal to the mean thermal wavelength. So this lambda, that is h over under root of 2 pi mkt, that is generally known as the mean thermal wavelength. So how the change in wavelength, so it changes the properties of the particle from this classical to quantum states. So this we will establish in our next slide. So putting the value of this lambda, so this n we can write down, so this n comes out to be exponential of minus alpha over v divided by lambda cube. So this is the same equation, so which we have write down in this slide. So this is how we can derive out the value of n, and from that we can find out the value of this entropy to prove the classical value of this entropy of ideal gas. So similarly you can find out the value of this energy E. So E, similarly you can use this summation of Ni star into Ei. So E comes out to be exponential of alpha integration of E into Ge dE into exponential of minus beta E. So using the same approach you can find out the value of this E. So this comes out to be exponential of minus alpha 4 pi v over h cube integration of 0 to infinity p square into p square over 2m. So the value of this E into exponential of minus beta p square over 2m into dp. So using the same value you can find out the value of this E, and it comes out to be exponential of minus alpha v into 2 pi mkt over h square raised to power 3 by 2 kt into 3 by 2, and that is the same equation. So if I write out, so E comes out to be exponential of minus alpha v over lambda cube. So this is the mean thermal wavelength, so that is lambda cube into 3 by 2 into kT, and this is the value of n, so E comes out to be 3 by 2 nkt. So this is the same equation for this classical treatment that we can derive. Now here I would like to mention an important point. So this classical treatment is valid when this classical treatment is valid when average de Broglie wavelength of particle, that is generally represented as the lambda, which is h over under root of 2 pi mkt. So when the wavelength of this particle, it is very less
alert from low battery
as compared to this average interparticle separation. So this interparticle separation, that is the inverse of this particle density. So n over v, that is equal to this inverse of particle density. So this we can write down as h over under root of 2 pi mkt. So that should be very less as compared to v over n. So this by 1 over 3. So this lambda, it should be less or equal to 1 over n 1 by 3, or on the other side you can say that lambda cube, it should be very less as compared to n lambda. So this relation, when this n lambda cube is very less, that is known as the classical case. So when it exceeds this limit, so when this n lambda cube, it approaches 1, so the behavior of this system, it becomes significantly different from this classical to this quantum effects. So it depends upon whether the system which we are using, whether the particle which you are using, whether they are bosons or whether they are fermions. So this, how the system from this classical case to this quantum case, how it is changing, so that we will discuss in our next article, where using this bosons or boson gas, we will drive out the expression of this Bose-Einstein condensation, how the solid phase, how the we will do the example of liquid helium and prove that how this liquid helium, it changes from one phase to another phase. So okay dear students, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box, or we can discuss your queries in the WhatsApp group. So till then, goodbye. See you with this next lecture of Bose-Einstein condensation tomorrow.